day 93. Coming to you from Caribou Crossroads RV Park. So it's 10 o'clock. They're just opening up the store, so we're going to get a resupply here shortly. Spent the morning doing laundry and showers. Had a good breakfast. There's still some of that. James cooked up this whole pork tenderloin roast last night. Man, that was crazy because he offered us Starlink and internet service and a beer. So we were enjoying the beer and getting caught up on emails and stuff like that. And he comes over like a half hour later. It's got to be like 8 o'clock, 8:30. He goes, I'm gonna throw on some pork on the grill. And he goes, come on over, cook up some dinner. So we go over there, start chatting with him. He had some problems with the grill. Anyway, he had a real nice Traeger grill and smoking this pork tenderloin roast. He ended up cooking up baked beans and mashed potatoes and this roast. We didn't eat till like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, which is way past our bedtime, even for a night owl on the trail. But we ended up, shooting shit with them, having beers and having dinner till like almost 11:30 at night. So didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but had a real good dinner. And then he texted us and said, hey, there's still some pork left over. I left it out for you. So we had our second breakfast this morning. Leftover pork tenderloin and beans and mashed potatoes. So we're feeling pretty good. Once the store gets going, we'll get a resupply, and it's going to be a hot one today. It's like over 90, and we got this huge climb. I think the climb's like 15 miles and about 5,000 feet, going from like 2,300 feet to 7,300 feet. So I think if the post office, so we have two ways of doing this. We can, play it slow, and the normal post office is like 90 plus miles away, but it's only open Monday through Friday. So we can go slow and go out tomorrow and take 5 days to get there, about 20 miles a day, and pick up our stuff on Monday. Or we're trying to verify it. They might have some limited hours on Saturday. I mean, they're only open 11 to 3, but I think they're open for like an hour on Saturday for pickup. So if that's the case, we might try and go out today, do like 5 to 10 miles today in the heat, and then we got to push like 25 miles a day for the next 2 days to get to Lassen, because there's bear caster restrictions in Lassen. And anyway, so we got a fast route and a slow route, and we're trying to verify the post office hours on Saturday to see if we should take the fast route or not. If we do the fast route, that means a steep climb today in that hot afternoon sun, and it doesn't look like there's much shade. So, but that could save us a day and a half on the trail. So I'll let you know, see what we do, see how the day progresses. It's already starting to heat up. It's only 10 o'clock. So we'll see you from Caribou. So this is Caribou Crossroads. This is the bathrooms and laundry. The store's up front. And I don't know, some other buildings back there. Don't know what those are. But just a bunch of RVs. Got a lot of looks like a lot of workers, construction workers. They're doing some highway work, working at the power plant. James, who was fantastic to us last night, he works at the power plant. He came here for a 6-month job. That was 4 years ago. That was in 2020, I think. So he's having a good time just working at the power plant. I think he's an electrician supervising work. But it's a nice little place that they got set up. They're very welcoming to hikers, helping us out. So we really appreciate Caribou Crossroads. Once they get the store up and going, we'll get our packages, maybe have another breakfast or something before we head out. All right, see you down the trail. See, I thought only in the desert they had rattlers, but they got them here too. Okay, all packed up, ready to leave Caribou Crossing. Just had lunch. It's or between 1:30 and 2. So heat of the day. We're gonna go 7.5 miles away from here. The trail starts about 1.7 miles down the highway. So maybe we'll get lucky and get a hitch and cut that down to like 6 miles up the trail instead of 7.5. We'll see. Okay, so this time the magic thumb did not work. Spent almost an hour trying to get a hitch. Mostly work trucks out here, so the work trucks can't stop and pick you up. But a few civilians weren't stopping either. Luckily, there was another hiker that was going into Quincy and arranged for a trail angel to give him a ride down to Quincy, 30 miles down the trail. They agreed to take us, a mile and a half down to where the trail starts. So it saved us a mile and a half in the heat. Now we can start heading up the mountain. And that worked out for us. So we'll see how bad the heat gets going uphill. It's over 90 degrees. We've been hiking up in the exposed hillside. Just started coming into some trees with this creek, so you know what I'm doing. I just soaked my shirt, my bandana, and cooling down here in the creek. Luckily, there's a creek every couple miles up. We're going to go about 6 miles up. But it's just brutal heat with a lot of exposure. Very little shade in this trail, so I'm going to take advantage of every creek. This is a gorgeous creek, nice cool water. I'm going to stop at every creek and cool down. I'll make our way up, seeing down the trail. Like a brand new bridge just over the trail. Is gorgeous bridge, brand new wood. It's one of the nicest I've seen. And the creek was just phenomenal. Just what we needed on a hot day. So, thanks to whoever put the bridge up. And so we got about five or 6 miles uphill. Got a number of creeks here, but this is Rattlesnake Spring. Nice cold water coming right out of the hillside. Man, couldn't get any fresher than that. I haven't dumped a little city water just to get some spring water. A little bit after 5, we're closing on camp. Got the worst part of the climb out of the way. So now we can just starting to cool down a little bit and get a little bit of shade too. So everything's looking up.
Yeah,
Uphill.
literally.
Literally uphill.
Well, yeah, that too. Okay, so this is McWilliams cabin site. It's about 6 miles up the trail and about 1,400 feet in elevation or climb. So we kind of took about, 35-40% of the trail and did a chunk today. We'll do the rest tomorrow morning when it's cool, but it really wasn't that bad. My campsite's set up here. Another PCT hiker and Gandalf and Dr. Tom are a little bit closer to the trail. They're set over there, but looks like this used to be an old cabin site. Got an old shovel and crowbar, bunch of bullet casings, just a bunch of stuff left over from McWilliams' cabin, whenever that was. This looks a little bit more recent right there, but everything else, what's this? It's the penny here. Can't read the date on there. Some interesting artifacts. Don't see any remnants of a cabin. Yeah, climb was hot, but it after a while, we got a little bit of shade the last third, then it leveled out a little bit, so it was doable. And there was a lot of creek crossings, so I probably took off my shirt and soaked it 3 or 4 times to keep cool. So, well, we haven't discussed it, but we'll probably get up and be on the trail before 6 again and knock the rest of this out early tomorrow morning. So, yeah. grab my food and go eat dinner with Dr. Tom and Gandalf. Their tents are right over there, right next to the trail. All right, see you in a little bit. Dr. Tom and Gandalf are camping there. That's where we had dinner. And there are all these wasps flying around my ramen and chicken dinner. I think I found why. Because that's our kitchen there. And right here is a nice wasp nest. So they were loving my ramen. They just wouldn't leave me alone. There's one just left right now. Right off the trail and right by our camp. Well, I'm camped a little bit down, but right near them. But they didn't bother us, so all's good. And the day close out for day 93. You know, as you saw, we got out of Caribou Crossing. Took us an hour, but got a ride. Got us up the trailhead, so we saved about 1.6 miles of walking on the hot asphalt. Still did 6 miles up the trail, and I think it was 2,400 feet out of the 7,000, something like that. So tomorrow we got another 3,000 feet to get to the top of this hill. I think we're going to try and do 25 total miles, and it's almost 7,000 feet of gain. So that's going to be one big day. A lot of climbing, but we'll knock half of it out first thing when it's cool and we got fresh legs. The climb wasn't that bad. There was more shade than I was expecting, and with all the creek crossings, it was good. It allowed me to cool, wet down my shirt and cool off. We passed 3 guys going southbound that hiked the trail last year, but they had to skip the Sierra section. So they got on up at Dinsmore. That's a couple hundred miles north, and they're heading south to the Sierras. But they said that they passed 77 northbounders yesterday, and we were like, I don't know, around 70 today. Plus, there were a bunch of people behind us. So they probably passed about 150 northbound hikers in 2 days. So we're in a pretty big bubble. Everyone heading north, everyone kind of increasing their miles. So we'll see what tomorrow's like. Right now it's real pleasant temperatures. And, as we continue to go up, Caribou Crossing was down like 2,300 feet in elevation, and we're going up over 7,000. I think we get close to 8,000 next day or two. So we're getting back up at moderate elevation, so it cools down. It's something like, I don't know, 4 degrees for every 1,000 feet. So it might be 10, 15, 18 degrees cooler when we get to the top than down the valley. Okay, enough for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.